position. Rise up, make that decision. God will provide all your needs. He wants you to succeed. Have faith of a mustard seed. Get up on your feet. Rise up.
Welcome to another segment of the Drexwell Seymour Show. Today, we're going to talk about taking the risk. You know, life is a risk, And there's one thing I learned in my first college course in Economics 101. It says the greater the risk, the greater the reward. And I believe that. Too many of us are too comfortable in our positions. Some of us are too comfortable, and some of us are uncomfortable, but we don't want to come out of that comfort zone or that uncomfortable position because we're afraid to take the risk. We don't know the unknowns. We know what we know now because we are in this position. We are in whatever our jobs are, wherever we are. We know where we are, but we don't know where we're going. And to know where you're going, you need to take some risk. Some of you are so unhappy in your job, and you know what you're called to do, but you're afraid to take that risk because you feel that if I take that risk, I'm not going to make any money. I'm not going to get that steady income. But how will you know if you don't try? I've been working since 91, and I started my own company in 2013. So from 91 to 2013. And when I started my company and I say, oh my gosh, I just wish I had started earlier. And I always wanted to. I wanted to, but I was scared to take that risk because I was getting this great salary from Cape and Wireless. I had a vehicle. I look at all those things, and I said, man, if I go take a risk, form a company or go somewhere else, I'm not going to get all these things. I'm not going to, my lifestyle may decrease, but I took the risk. I got a package. I took the package. It was able to help me to start off. And now I'm making more than what I was making as an employee of another company. I have more flexible time because many times when the job, we really don't give our employer their full hours, even though I worked very late when I was at Cape Wireless. But a lot of us, we always finding things to do. We got to run out, spend an hour picking up the kids. But when you have your own company, you're more flexible. You can do what you want to do. So if you have this urge inside of you to start your own thing, take the risk. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. So what some of you I know are doing, you are in this full-time job, but you also have a second job doing what you really like, but you don't want to become full-time in that because you're not sure. And as a result, you get burnout. You're going to get burnout anyways sometimes, but wouldn't you rather get burnout working for what you want to do rather than burning out for someone else? So all that time that you're spending doing 2 or 3 things at one time, why don't you just take the risk and just go ahead and do what you think you were called to do? Now, there might be some situations whereby you may encounter some failures, and you might feel like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. That's what you might be thinking. I made a mistake. I know I shouldn't have taken that risk. But that's what life is all about. You will encounter failures. You will encounter, not everything is perfect. And I want to remind you, in previous videos which I mentioned, that some of the most successful people in the world encounter failures. These people didn't become successful overnight. it was a process. It was a period of time. It was by trial and error. They continue to work at it. All the failures that they encounter, they just went ahead. Some people even forego their mortgage, or they not forego mortgage, but they sold some of their possessions to start what they want. And it's okay if you do that. Just don't sell everything, but take the risk, because you need some cash to start with what you want. I'm telling you, taking the risk is something that you should consider, because the greater the risk, the greater the reward. And furthermore, if you don't take this risk of what you want to do or what you should be doing, you're going to live your life with many regrets. You're going to be saying, what if? I should have. And then you're going to see other people doing the same things that you should have been doing. And then sometimes you might think, oh, they stole your idea, or they heard you talking about it. Those other individuals, they took the risk. Many of you are taking the risk in other things. You're taking the risk in relationships. So why don't you take the risk in pursuing your calling, pursuing that gift that's got up inside of you, that you know that you were called to do? Some of you saying, oh, you're going to wait for the perfect time, or you're going to wait for the perfect moment, or you're going to wait until you have so much money. You don't have to. You don't have to. But I encourage you to document, have a plan, and have a time frame, and just take the risk and do what you believe that you were called to do. People take risk. Employers take risk by giving you an opportunity. Why don't you take the risk on your own self? And you could do so by believing in yourself. If you're not sure about what you want to do, then yes, try doing something on the side, and then you could build it up, and then eventually go on your own if that's what you want to do. Sometimes you feel that, oh, this might not work, or I don't think this can work. I believe that any ideas that you have are not coincidence. I believe you have ideas for a purpose. I believe those ideas are ideas that are implanted by God to give you, to equip yourself, to take the risk and to pursue that calling. Especially these ideas are great ideas. I mean, you don't have to start big. You can start small, and eventually you become big. But you have to take the risk. Because if you don't take the risk, other people may end up doing the same thing you do. And then sooner or later, the market may become so saturated that it may become too late for you to start what you wanted to start. So I encourage you today, if there's anything that you take from here today, which is take the risk. I know you're uncomfortable. Some of you are very uncomfortable in your position. Some of you don't want to be there. You know what you want to do, but you're afraid to take the risk. Even if you don't know what to do, you could just ask someone. You could reach out to people. You could reach out to me. You could reach out to many other individuals who could guide you on how you could just, take that foot into the door by taking that risk. So do not be discouraged. Do not be passive. Just go with it, and be confident that what you're doing is what you were called to do. So take the risk. And I appreciate you for watching the show. I do hope that you are inspired. I hope that you are encouraged. And I do hope that you'll take the risk. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Rise up, rise up.